So first and foremost, my first video, I am so sad because the quality of my avatar is very, very low. So I will make sure that that is different the next time I make a video with that particular model. I don't know why it was so low quality, but I will definitely make sure to improve on that in the future. So this first video is dedicated to one of my best friends who has since passed away. And the reason behind that is because this is a lighthouse. And though it's not that she really liked lighthouses or anything like that, it actually is kind of a little bit more a unique situation than that. So many years ago, when Realms was pretty much like brand new, um, I had a Realm server, she had a Realm server, and we both played on each other's realms quite a lot actually. That's pretty much how we played multiplayer. So completely not modded, very much vanilla Minecraft. Um, so um, I built a lighthouse on my server, and it's so funny because looking back now, man, this lighthouse just was not it was not like anything crazy. It was very basic. And despite that, she really loved it. She loved it so much that she was like, you need to build one of those, the same kind, on my server. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I can totally do that. So I did that. I did that for her. Yeah, so I made her a lighthouse on her Realm server. And it's kind of crazy to think about it because it's still there, technically. I can't access it, obviously, but it does live on in that very old Realms world. So it's kind of a bittersweet thought. Now, I gotta say, as we're building this, I know it's sped up, but you can kind of see what's going on. I had to speed it up because this took us a couple hours to make. It starts looking like a cake topper, so I do eventually fix that, so you'll see it fixed. And at the very end of the video, I'll show you what it looks like without this all being sped up. But I did, the whole point was to speed this up and just talk about some stuff. So, in the future, I won't do stuff like that. I'll do slower videos of progress, builds and stuff like that. This is just a little bit different. But anyway, obviously this is a very modded Minecraft server. So we have different, block palettes to choose from here. Also, it's pretty cool. But Chipped, I believe, is what we're mainly using. It's such a good mod. Oh, I can't be without Chipped anymore. But anyway, it's funny because when we played together, I refused to do any kind of modding. So eventually I would get, I was like, came to the idea of a server, like a more dedicated server, and I was just like, I can't. Modding, having a modded server just felt so not right for me. So funny. That has since changed quite drastically, actually. But so me and her played a lot. Me and her played Minecraft a lot together, a ton. That was definitely our choice. That was definitely our game that we played together. Like that was just without a doubt, that is our game. And we really had a lot of fun. We played together. We played with other people as well. We had many different people play with us on our realms, and oh man, it's one of those things where I really wish I can go back in time and experience those things again with her. Her name was Jaileen, and she was, yeah, there's a cake topper. It's cake topper. I kept saying, I'm like, this looks like a cake. It looks like a cake. But anyway, so so funny. But yeah, a lot of fun memories with her. She was so funny. It's so weird because the more I think about it, it's interesting because we use Skype to talk. We would Skype way before Discord. We would Skype because we didn't even really know about Discord yet. I don't think Discord existed yet. No, it didn't. I don't think it did. No, it didn't. Not yet. I can't remember. Anyway, so Jaileen had type 1 diabetes. So it's manageable. You can live with type 1. As a matter of fact, you can live a pretty relatively normal life with type 1 diabetes. Unfortunately, Jaileen's life was not quite normal. And October 2017, she went into diabetic coma. Obviously, she didn't get up. She never woke up from that. She died. So, and it's a pretty hard, very difficult thing to live with. I couldn't believe it. I was in complete disbelief. As a matter of fact, I literally was in such disbelief. It was very bad. I had a very hard time. She was truly one of my best friends. We shared a best friends kind of thing with another friend of ours. She bought us three a best friend necklace, which actually split apart into three. I still have mine, as a matter of fact. And it said best bitches on it. Yeah, she was really, really funny, and I miss her terribly. I really do. There's not like literally a year that goes by, not a month or week that goes by that I don't think about her at least once. I truly do think about her quite a lot. I wish I could talk to her. I'm sure many people really wish that they could talk to somebody that's passed, regardless of who they are. It's like you go through times where you really, really do wish that you can talk to them again, and you can't. It's not something that you can do, and it's very difficult. And I do still have a hard time with it, even though it's literally 2016 or 2026. Sorry, 2026. It's been since literally 2017 that she's passed away, and I still have a very hard time dealing with the fact that she's not here, that I can't talk to her. It's very difficult. So she was born in 96 and she passed away in 2017. Such a short, truly a short life. A very unfortunate life that she had to live in the sense that it's unfortunate she had diabetes. She had moments of, of difficulty, time, like things were hard, she had a really rough relationship when I met her, and then she met somebody who was very kind and very good for her while she was alive, and was there until she passed away. And I still keep in touch a little bit. Like I believe he's either married right now or engaged. I can't remember, but it's crazy to think. It doesn't feel like that long ago, and I guess it really wasn't in the grand scheme of things. It was not that long ago. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think it's been so long. It really is. But anyway, she really, every time I make a new world, every time I make a new world, make a new server, or whatever the case is, I always make her a lighthouse. The first time I made her a lighthouse after she had passed away, I was like, I am determined to make this lighthouse work, to make it function. So I did. And I do make it a little different now. But I used to use repeaters, I think it was repeaters. I think so. And like a lever, and it was definitely a very different design in Redstone, but it's very different now to how I do it now, but I like how I do it now. It's really cool. I really like it a lot. But every time I make her a lighthouse, it has to be a working lighthouse, because the lighthouse I made for her all those years ago was not a working lighthouse. It didn't actually have redstone or nothing to it. And I was determined. I was like, no, I want to make her a really cool lighthouse. I really want to make her like the coolest freaking lighthouse, and it actually works. It actually looks like a lighthouse, and I swear every time I make this build, it looks different every single time. It doesn't ever look the same, and I love that. I think that is actually a really really cool way to go about it. So that's why we're making a lighthouse. My boyfriend actually offered to help me out. He's like, hey, I would like to help you make the lighthouse. And I'm like, really? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's really cool. He's never met her, but I've talked to him about her. Um, she was literally hysterical. She was Filipino. She is Filipino. I don't know how really. It's so weird to talk about her in past tense, but she's Filipino, and she was very proud of that fact. She would always like very loud, and obnoxious in all of the best ways. I'm not even yeah, literally in all of the best ways possible. Um, as a matter of fact, there was a song um that she so she really liked 80s music, like 80s rock music especially, and some other 80s music. But if you've ever heard of Take On Me by Aha, um, yeah, she would scream out that song. It was so funny. And they would try and get me to sing, but I never did. I kind of, it's so weird because it's like, you look back and it's like, damn, I regret not just being goofy and just singing, even if it's not serious, because they were like, you don't have to be serious, you know, you don't have to try, just, you know, whatever, it's just being goofy, you know. And I was just like, I don't know, I never really was comfortable doing it, and I kind of regret it. I should have just went along with it, you know. It's one of those things. I have a lot of regret, and I have some guilt too, because before she passed away, we were not talking for a period of time, but it wasn't like anything against each other. It was just like we just kind of were doing our own thing, you know, life. Um, and it was like, I think it was a few days that went by, and then I got the news, and it was really, I had a very hard time like dealing with that, because I didn't get to, I couldn't say goodbye to her, but like, you know, it's like I wish I had like one more conversation, you know, but we didn't. We were not talking for a little bit. And again, it wasn't really against each other or nothing. It really wasn't anything like that at all. It was just happenstance. So yeah, a little guilt, a little regret. So, um, but I, I don't know if I don't know. This sounds weird, but I reach out to her on Discord sometimes. I'll message her and I'll just tell her like, hey, this is what's going on. You know, these are the new things happening. I wish you were here. I sometimes I'll send her something like a picture or just, you know, whatever. It's healing for me to do. Um, and I just, that's just kind of how I deal with it, I guess. I used to have access to her Facebook, and I really wish I saved pictures so I could make like a page just for her, because obviously I wasn't the only one who loved her, but unfortunately her mother supposedly reported her profile for being fake or something, which is weird because I got it immortalized from Facebook. I literally messaged them. I was like, hey, this person has passed away. This is her obituary, you know, and they will actually immortalize it, but it somehow got reported by her mom. I don't know how. I just don't know how, but it got removed. It doesn't exist anymore. So, and that is very upsetting because I would give literally anything to get pictures of her. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like grief and stuff is such a weird thing, and it does get easier. Like I can talk about things now a little easier. It does get easier, but it doesn't mean that it is easy, you know. Like, and having gone through such a hard situation, like it's not like I lost my mom or my dad or anything like that, but I still lost somebody that I really loved very much. And after that happened, anytime I see somebody grieving a loss, like somebody died, I always tell people like, hey, there is truly no right or wrong reason to grieve. if this is how you have to grieve, if this is the way you're grieving, as long as you're not hurting yourself or somebody else, by all means, do what you need to do to heal and grieve, and, you know, like, do what you gotta do, because it's very hard to lose somebody. It is so hard to lose somebody that's so close to you. So grieve how you need to, do what you need to. Um, you know, and yeah, I mean, this is how I grieve for Jaileen. This is exactly how I do it. I literally make a lighthouse, and you know, if that's how you gotta do it, then yeah, that's how you gotta do it. So, I really hope you enjoy this video. I know it's really sad, but I want to make more personal videos like this, like talk about certain things, and like this is why I play Minecraft. You know what I mean? Like, I literally continue to play Minecraft to keep my best friend's memory alive. I play Minecraft because I have so many fun memories, and like, it's sad for sure. It's insanely, it's so very, very sad to have lost somebody, but Minecraft like really does help me in a weird way to grieve and to remember her, and the lighthouse is one of those ways to do that. So the actual island this is built on, I'm actually planning to tell people, like, hey, if there is somebody that, like, or a pet, or just anything, like if there's something that is really, like, you lost somebody, or, you know, whatever, and you want to come here and you want to build a memorial for said person or pet, by all means, just go ahead and do that, because the island is quite big, but there is literally no structures on this island, and it's like literally so perfect for a memorial. And I decided to name this island Memorial Island, because it's really, really fitting for this. So yeah. So I am hoping that I stick to this world for a while. We'll see. I actually have plans for another video to talk about my issue with, I think it really comes down to ADHD, probably, and I tend to start over again because people drop off, and it's the whole thing. But I'll touch more on that a little later. But yeah, this is a little special. It's a special build, and I'm glad that John decided to join me for this. It's really special and important to me, and he knows that. I hope that I can talk more about Jay in the future and just share more memories and stuff about her. And I, you know, if you happen to have a friend like this as well, and, you know, they're gone, I really am so sorry. It's just not, it's literally never easy. It is never easy. And believe me when I say, as long as you're not harming yourself or other people, if you're still grieving said person, you know, if you're still, you know, hurting from losing them, it's okay. I feel like everybody has the right to deal with pain in that way, you know, losing somebody. I really feel like everybody deserves some grace in how they deal and handle losing said person. People can hold on to that kind of grief for years, and I feel like it's okay. It's like, it's the whole thing of, like, you know, it's kind of similar to how people say, you know, oh, you should forgive, you know, that way you're not, you know, holding on to that. And it's like, no, I don't believe in that. I just don't. I think that that's silly to try and force somebody to, you know, either get over or apologize or whatever. Just let them deal with it how they're going to deal with it. I think it's unfair and highly unrealistic to, you know, have somebody try and deal with something, get over something, just because you feel like they should. Don't let anybody tell you that you should just get over something or apologize or forgive, or, you know, whatever the case is. If you are dealing with something, you deal with it in your own way. You deal with it in the way that is most comfortable to you. Deal with it in a way that's healthy for you. And yeah, it's nobody else's opinion. Take care of yourself, you know? I still grieve for Jay, and people might think that's weird because it's been a long time, but I really truly loved her very, very much. So, yeah. Um, yeah. So, it's really hard. um, this is getting towards the end of the video now. You've only got a few more minutes left, and I will show you I'll show you the end results. I'm not completely finished with this build. I really kind of want to add some stuff inside the lighthouse, like like make it feel a little bit more like it's used or something like that. I might add a house to the side as well. I don't know yet, but I definitely am not finished with this lighthouse. I actually did eventually I put some planters outside of each of these windows that I'm making right now, and they have roses in them. They're like long planters. They're really cool. I'll show them to you in a moment, but yeah, I'm gonna try and add a little bit more to this lighthouse, and hopefully you will see that in the future. You'll see what it looks like in the future. Like, I might make other videos, and I might just run across this lighthouse again, and I'll, show you what it looks like inside, perhaps. Because I do plan on eventually, once the server is more accessible to other people, I plan to do like little videos of showcasing people's builds and stuff like that. So just fun little videos, and whatever, me rambling on about nonsense. Speaking of which, if you stuck with me throughout this whole video listening to me talk about my friend who has, like, you don't know this person, I really do appreciate you listening to me. It's still so touchy and hard to talk about. But it is what it is. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to let it go for the rest of the video because I'm gonna get too emotional to talk about this any further. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I hope that you enjoy the rest of this video. Definitely make sure to subscribe because I plan to talk about other topics that might be, I guess, hard. There's some things that I would like to touch on that are just difficult. And I want people to know that they're not alone. I kind of want to make sure people just know that they're not alone, that there's so many other people who deal with certain things and different things that you might think is, silly or random, or not really random, but like, not really silly either, but like, you might think that you're the only one, basically, is what I'm coming at here. And you're not. People deal with things and do things and go through things very similar to other people. It's what it is. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. And this is where we're at now. This is what the lighthouse looks like now in the game. And when you come up to it, you will see her first and last name, the day she was born, and the day she passed away. Nothing's been done on the inside yet, but I'm planning to hopefully get that changed. But this is it. And then I added these along each layer where there's a window. So each window has one. Jaileen had a tattoo, actually, of a rose. on her, and I also now have a tattoo of a rose. It's actually something I designed. It's in the shape of a blood drop for diabetes, and it has a rose inside of it, a red rose for her. It's quite special, but yeah, that's it. That's the lighthouse.